Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. We have a phone. We need to find out what the pin is for this phone, which means that we need to speak to everybody who might know. But we also have some other things we need to ask everyone. We can now ask everyone about Gideon Fink, and we can now ask everybody about Guiding Light. Which means that effectively what we're doing today is we're going around and speaking to everybody we've already spoken to, and seeing if they have any new information. So, first, we're going to go to where we think the most information will be, which is south of here, because that will be max gas. And they're probably the people who have the most information because they've been here a while, and they're also Frank's employer. So they're directly related to Frank, and it's his phone that we have. Also, we're in loop 56, if anyone's keeping track. Not that it seems to make any difference, but I still like keeping track. Figuring out where we are. Hello.
Welcome to Max Gas. You need some help getting gas in that city car yard, or you want something else? We got no booze, mind you.
What can you tell me about Dr. Fink?
Oh, the therapist that works from the motel, right?
And
that's it. I have no interest in the man or his profession.
why are you against therapists?
Let's assume the worst first. They know their stuff doesn't work and they're just modern snake oil sellers in it just to drain all your money. Now let's assume the best case scenario. They are good, honest people who want to help others. Then they are just wasters of time.
Lady, you hate therapy.
Hate? Nah. Despise? Yeah. Fact is, you don't need therapy. No one does.
Okay.
First of all, what kind of person are you if you don't know what's wrong with you? Or are you lying to yourself? Or are you so weak that you can't look at yourself and truly see who you are? Second, if you know what's wrong with you, surely all that yapping won't help you none. You have to take action and fix all the shit that's clogging your mind. And the third, the drugs they prescribe, don't even get me started on that.
Okay. Well, because there's nothing wrong with us and there's never been anything wrong with us, we're going to say you're right, therapy is shit.
Well, you might not look the part, but you're a reasonable man. And come to think of it, take that Fink of yours. If he was really worth something, wouldn't you think he'd still be working for Coral Destiny getting six-figure regular paychecks?
Ooh, okay. Well, you sure know a lot about Fink.
Pal, Rue Valley's a small place. Everybody knows everybody's business. Alex mentioned Fink to me. I reckon they met at Coral Destiny's HQ.
Wait, Alex worked for Coral Destiny?
Yeah, Alex worked for everybody around here. But Destiny's his own personal record. 2 weeks and 4 days.
Okay, so he worked for them. That's intriguing, even if it's short. Because he says he stole something, right? Interesting.
That's what happens when you don't go to work 5 days in a row and you're not the owner or someone indispensable. Listen, I've had enough yapping. Do you want to buy something?
No, I want you to tell me about the guiding light accident. Do you know how many people ask me that every couple of days? Must be a lot since you're asking. A lot doesn't cut it. Far too many's the answer. Tell me, what is this place? What am I doing here? I didn't expect a pop quiz. Are you always so unprepared, or is it just me effect on you? This is a gas station, not Coral Destiny's info center. People be acting like I know everything about propulsion science, orbital mechanics, and all that bullshit. But the worst people are people like you, who want the drama, the scandal, without the care in the world of how it messes up real people. Well, tell me how it affected real people. Shit, you care. Your face says you're someone who gobbles up other people's misery, so here's a treat for you. May you choke on it. My car guy, Frank, his partner was commander of the Mars mission. I often think it would have been better if he just bought a farm the moment he heard Judy had too. Wait, Judy and Frank were together? Are you simple? Haven't you been following the tale? I have. Obviously Eugene hasn't. Judy's Frank's partner. Was Frank's partner. She died in that Coral Destiny accident you asked about. Took all the blame for it. And that messed up Frank's brain so much that he was never the same. Well, don't get me wrong. Even when Judy was alive, Frank could have been brooding and dark, especially towards everyone that wasn't her. But now it's like he's a walking black hole, or my Coral Destiny term there, just sucking the life and joy out of everything that gets near. And the worst thing, he's making my life hella difficult. On good days, I can barely make him come to work. Imagine the bad days. Well, sometimes a man in that condition just needs to be prodded out of his stupor. You would know. Tried that. Worked like shit. He just disappeared for a week. Came back leaving the same old black slime trail of depression. Listen, I don't want to yap about this no more. It'll just give me a heartburn. Okay. Right, so I think now I'm able to use the... Oh, wait, I didn't know this? Wait, how did I not... Like, come on, from context clues, surely I knew that. But anyway. So maybe the pin has something to do with her. Right, so now I can try that. Maybe the pin is connected to Judy. That line of thinking has its merits. A 4-letter word represented by numbers, something to do with Judy. On the screen you can see the letter under the numbers. Now, what's one special word that Frank would use? How about Judy? Finally, the generic lock screen fades away and you can almost hear the pixels screaming as they die. A woman in a Coral Destiny spacesuit greets you instead, her face shining with a contagious smile. The cracked screen goes right across the entirety of her body, shattering that smile. Well, that's not an omen, then I don't know what is. But what if the screen cracked after Judy died in sort of a superpositional scream? Alright, let's have a look at the email app. Before it loads, the app notifies you that it's properly connected to the internet. The inbox is full of unread emails, mostly promotions and notifications. Buried underneath all that junk, you see some messages from real people. A lot of personal stuff, but also some weird things among the rest. Okay, let's get into that personal email juice. If you were hoping for a treasure trove of information, there's only disappointment here. Seems like Frank's not too keen on emails. There's a message from a familiar name, Ben Fleming. Another one from Rosetta Simmons. So, Ben is Robin's father who owns the motel. So that's probably related to, like, motel business. Like, hey, your room's gonna get cleaned on this day or something. When the mail subject is thought of you, you don't exactly know what to expect. The whole email is an image. A man with his face stuck under the hood of a car, smoke billowing from the engine, sun setting behind a cliff at his back. There's a caption as well. When your car breaks down at the roadside, at least you have a good view. Well, at least Ben is trying to cheer Frank up. What do you know? Maybe Frank likes dad jokes. Okay, who the hell is Rosetta Simmons? Frankie, you're still not returning our calls. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Paul and I are coming to the valley for the anniversary. If you can't be at the memorial, at least let us take you out to dinner at least. Paul. Do I know a Paul? I don't think I know a Paul. No. Okay. Paul and Rosetta Simmons. Are they even worth writing down? I mean, I suppose. It's another name, right? Paul and Rosetta Simmons. Because it sounds like they know him pretty well, because they called him Frankie rather than Frank. She might be gone, but you're still family. Oh, okay, so that'll be Judy's parents. Oh. Okay. Well, let's just say, oh, that's Judy's mom. And a classy lady at that, wanting to take Frank out for dinner. Okay. Check how many mails there are. Scroll and scroll. The list seems endless. You'll have to come up with something else. Promotions? A list of offers from online shops, mostly for car tools, spare parts, and radio equipment. It seems to go on forever. Car tools and spare parts I get, but radio equipment? What, a man can't have a hobby? Besides, imagine what someone would say if they saw your promotional emails. Okay. Let's check the notifications Frank's getting. Seemingly endless list of notifications from Frank's bank, Coral Destiny, and a mobile network operator. Alright, what's the bank spam? A long chain of superficially polite but actually threatening emails, all demanding that Frank pay back his credit card debt plus interest. A lot of interest. Besides this juicy tidbit, there's nothing of interest here, a veritable dead end. Strange emails? There's a number of emails with the exact same subject, and you're not sure if they're part of a chain or of different emails. Let's open the first ever email from that sender. It takes some scrolling, but you find it. 112524_11125 starts the conversation. My place tonight? I knew it. Frank had a lover. This is why all the secrecy. You would just love that, wouldn't you? The very thought makes you salivate. Frank simply responds, I can't tonight, busy. Then, a couple of minutes later, come on, my place. At 21 hours, Dad'll be asleep. Mother works late and I have a new toy to show you? Oh, wait a second. Oh no, it says M works late. Dad'll be asleep, M works late. This is Alex. Because M is Maxine. It wants you to think it's Robin, but M means Maxine. Yeah. A toy. This confirms he has a lover. Decades of stuffing your face into other people's often unwashed laundry causes your mind to think only of dirt. After a couple of days, Frank sends another email. Tonight, again, same time, it's that time of the year, again. 112524_11125 replies, Of course, I have something special for you tonight. Just come and bring some whiskey. If it was any more obvious, there would have been a nude in the email. Now that would be some juice. Then another mail from 112524_11125. If you're right about the source of the signal, we discovered something big. Big. I'll expunge this whole account. You do the same. Before deleting the account, remember to manually delete the whole archive. Source of the signal? For once, Frank's carelessness works in my favor. Before you go all smug face... Wait, there's even more. Frank sends another email straight to after the last. We have to continue listening to the signal. To your surprise, 112524_11125 responded. Didn't I tell you to delete it all? Do you want them to catch us? Shut it down. Your mind starts reeling with questions. What signal was Frank chasing after? What's its source? It has to be something about Judy. Yeah, because he said that he thinks Judy's alive. But now Frank and Alex are the ones meeting. Huh, interesting. Could be. What's the real identity of this 112524_11125 person? Who could be so paranoid? It's Alex K, yeah. He certainly fits into and quite possibly overflows those paranoid shoes, but you have nothing on this except your gut feeling. And you know you can trust your gut feeling. It got you here. Okay. Success! Wonderful. In the cramped corridors of your mind, you array the name Alex K in the email 112524_11125 below it. For a fleeting moment, A lingers just above 1 as the image flickers in your mind's eye. So if 1 is A, the email begins with an A. Wait, but there's another 1 after it. Or there's another A after it. And that doesn't make any sense. It's not AEXK. What if it's not 1 but 12? Then make it into an L. Then 5 is an E. The whole thing unravels. 24 becomes X, and 1125 flickers and morphs into K. Alex K, you're right all along. There's a first for everything, it seems. Aha! Okay. So, we now have a connection between Alex and Frank, and it's something that Alex stole that's allowing him to receive a signal, which is presumably how he knows that Judy is alive. Alright. Browse through the text messages. You're assaulted by a seemingly endless list. Most of the texts have never been opened, as signified by a little number in a bubble icon. This is looking for a needle in a haystack. Without even knowing for sure that there's a needle in there. Maybe check the top first. Check the oldest message. You'd scroll down so much that you don't have an opposable thumb anymore, at least not for a while. And all this for an automated message from a mobile network operator with instructions on how to activate the phone. Let's read the contact names. Vast majority are unknown numbers. Seems like Frank isn't a paragon of organization. Those few names you do see are obvious nicknames, some familiar: Smiley Riley, Old Man B, Double T, Please, Shrink Fink, Boss Lady. What are the most recent messages? On the top, there are 3 texts, all from today. The first one is from Double T, Please, unopened. The next is from Boss Lady, surprisingly opened. And lastly, a text from Smiley Riley, also opened. Let's open the Boss Lady text. Chain of several messages, all from today. Frank, you know I'm flexible and all, but Anita's car must be fixed like yesterday. She's calling me so much I want to bite a shotgun. Okay. Our arrogant side coming out. That's what I do. I call and I call and I call until I get what I want. Or until people stop answering your calls. There are more texts in this thread. Want to see them? Yeah? Earlier today, call Anita, now it's urgent. There must be something interesting in here. Or not. As far as you can skim read, it's all about work. You do see Frank has very flexible working hours. Alright, since I'm here... As the thumb glides across the cracked screen, you scroll down and down. Finally, there's something, a text from some weeks ago. Listen, Frank, I've got 3 cars that are rusting here for 3 fucking weeks. If you don't want to work, just say so and let us part ways. Then the best, juiciest thing, Frank didn't even respond. Okay. Since he's still working for Boss Lady, maybe he did in person? An unexpected blast of empathy towards your fellow human being. What's gone into you, Mr. Harrow? Oh, right. Sure, I'll answer the phone. I didn't check who was calling. No, it could be anyone.
Sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Speaking.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
That sounds great, but I have a question first.
But of course, Mr. Harrow.
Nope. Back to this. Text messages. Most recent messages. Smiley Riley. A red message from today, uncharacteristic of Frank. I'll be at the motel at 8 PM. Please be there, we need to talk. So that's why she is at the motel, but he's not. So Smiley Riley was waiting for Frank all along. Is waiting for Frank. Alright, let's see if there's anything else there. There's nothing. A long stretch of silence, more than a year. Maybe they're out of touch for that time span? What if they communicated by other means? What, like crow messengers? Oftentimes, the simplest solution is the most probable one, you know. No need to delve into fancy lands. And even after that period, there aren't many texts. As far as you can see, mostly a regular organization, where and when to meet. One or both of them must hate texting, or they weren't that close. Dig deeper? Scroll and scroll, your thumb tip going numb from the cracked screen. And then, come to Rusty's tonight. I want you to meet Judy. Oh, I never imagined Riley as a matchmaker. Maybe it was a desperation move? But back to messages from other contacts. Okay, most recent messages, anything else here? What's Anita want from Frank? To your surprise, there are only 2. First one's from earlier today. Frank, pick up the phone now, it's important. Well, yeah, he called her right away, sure. Your deep faith in your fellow human beings is astounding, but in this case it's justified, seeing as Frank never even opened his text. The second message is also from today, some 10 minutes before the start of the loop. I still think that you're a selfish shithead, but I have to admit you're right. If only you could take your own advice. Okay. Well, Anita doesn't strike me as a person who takes anyone's advice. Book by its cover and all, remember? That's it, no more messages. Most recent? Other texts. Search? What are you looking for? How about Alex? Phone works and works and comes up with an empty list of text. Another search. Riley. There's a message from this very evening. Yeah, that's the one that we've already read. Okay. Other contacts. Search. Signal. Oh? Phone spews a whole load of nothing. Okay, search. Judy. Seems to be the only person Frank really exchanged messages with. The last chain of text reads, "Hey, before I go radio silent, watch me fly off from the hill tonight. For good luck, you know?" Frank responded, "What makes you think I'm not already there to see you become a firefly?" And Judy concludes, "If you really miss me, I left you a present. With it, you'll be able to see us for at least 2 days." There's no reply to that, but something seems off to you. Nobody ever loved me like this. Not even your own mother. The next chain starts with Judy. "Hey, where did I leave my toolbox?" Frank never responded. There's just a gap and another response from Judy. "What's it doing in there? Never mind, thanks." Dig deeper for the juice. At first it seems to be more of the same, expressions of love mingled with mundane everyday chit-chat. What catches your eye are apparent lacunae in the conversation, like rogue virtual black holes just opened up, swallowed them whole and vanished. Frank must have deleted some messages. Seems some words never stop hurting, even if they are just virtual. But were they fighting or just expressing their love so profoundly it turned into a post-mortem pain? Before you know it, you've reached the end, the first message that Judy ever sent to Frank. "I had a blast tonight. Are you free tomorrow? I'll take you to a hill and we can watch the stars together." Well, let's see. Knowing what I know, that text makes me feel sour. And you know a fraction of the story. Imagine how the whole thing makes Frank feel. Alright, stop checking his messages. Internet connection? You glance at the internet settings and notice that the phone is connected to Max Gas Wi-Fi network. Looks like the internet works. Okay. Call someone? Great idea. If only you knew anyone here. Alas, it's not like you swap phone numbers with anyone. Go to recent calls? Your fingers hover, then dive in and open the list of recent calls, partially obscured by a large diagonal crack on the screen. Half expecting a familiar name to jump out and offer comfort in its recognition, instead you find a blur of strangers. Names drift by, each one meaningless, hollow, just tags for people you'll never meet. The sheer randomness starts to feel personal, as if the phone itself is mocking you. I'll call a random person from the list. Your finger falls on Old Man B, but before you even hear the first ring, you hear, "Your service has been temporarily suspended due to non-payment. Please make a payment to restore service." Temporarily suspended? What a perfect description of your situation. Alright, leave. Well, we got a lot there, in theory. So we've now accessed Frank's phone. Cool, and now we can do it again. The signal. There's a radio signal that he's having conversations with Alex K about. And she's waiting for Frank every loop at the motel. Okay. There's nobody else to speak to, right? No. I mean, I'm trying to think where else I could go. Let's drive north. I can go to... I can break into Gideon's place again if I want to. I can also speak to Riley. Not Riley, Robin. I suppose you could speak to Robin. Okay. Hello.
Are you ready to check in now, Mr. Harrow?
Nope. Okay, so nothing there. There's nothing else I want to do, really. I can go into Frank's room in a bit. Wait, can I go in now? No, I can just wait. Then go into Frank's room. There's no purpose to going into Frank's room, though. I need to go see Alex K. Means I need to wait till the next loop. Yeah, so I might as well just loop out. Actually, you know what I should do? I should go and check into my room, then loop out.
Are you ready to check in now, Mr. Harrow?
Yes.
Oh, so, number 6.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Cool. Now, you might be wondering why. It's so I can charge Frank's phone. That's why I should do this. Because I'm not sure that it recharges at the start of each loop. I think I have to manually charge it. And I want to check Frank's phone when we arrive at... when we arrive at the K's. Because he'll be connected to the Wi-Fi network. Right, find the charger. Cool. So then I play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists until Frank's phone is charged? Okay. How long is that going to be? Wait, what if that's past the end of the loop? Enough of this for now. Alright, that's enough. Let's check the phone. Okay. Let's pick it up. Let's end the loop. Cool. Let's go. Cool. And... boom. Carry on. Right. Back to Gideon, loop 57.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah. Nope. I could ask Riley about her waiting for Frank, but I'm just gonna go to the K Ranch. We have something concrete to ask Alex now. So I think that this makes a lot of sense. This is the only thing that makes sense for me as a path forward. So, let's go. Right. First things first, he's connected to the Wi-Fi. The edges of the phone are worn and bruised like cobwebs. We've done that one. Now you have to wonder what kind of man would torture himself like this, forcing him to see the love of his life every day when he unlocks the phone. One who knew eternal love. Always a hopeless romantic. Check the internet connection. The phone is connected to this is not a Wi-Fi. Ironically, it's a working Wi-Fi internet connection. Okay. That's fine. Let's head back here. Let ourselves in. Right. Up this way. Now, if this doesn't lead anywhere, then we have major issues. Also, wait, is this suggesting there's something to do in here? Something I haven't clicked on? Yes. Okay, it's just telling me I have the phone. That's fine. Right. Go. Right, knock.
Pops, what's the password for today?
Let me in now.
Hands up!
How dare you order me around?
Hands fucking up, I said.
Alright.
Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
So many things. Time to stop with the bullshit. Actually, you know what? I'm Jace. His eyes widen.
You're Jace?
The gun stays pointed in your direction, his eyes scanning you from head to toe.
Well, Jace, just 'cause you're banging my sister doesn't mean you can strut around like you own the place.
Oh my. He smirks.
You're definitely not what I pictured. Thought you'd be more, I don't know, savage.
Savage?
What else was I supposed to think? She moaned your name so loud, I thought you were gonna bust through the line. I'm glad she didn't put you on speaker. Ought to make you compensate me for having to hear all that. Like some twisted hotline with my sister as the main act.
What one odd thing for us to say? As the third thing? Well, very odd, given it's his sister. Number one is also very odd, given it's his sister. I guess because we always say like something that's our personality. If we've got it, we're gonna say it. Think you could make her scream harder? He recoils, disgusted. What the hell's wrong with you, for fuck's sake? Yeah, it's a very weird thing to say. How come we've never met before?
She must have hid you 'cause you're an outsider. Never thought Max would shack up with someone of your kind. Looks like she's content with her gas station. Simple life, simple pleasures, including you. Listen, you scared the shit out of me. All for nothing, I see.
His attitude radiates a single unshakable message. You look like shit.
Now get the fuck out. I'm busy. Go wait somewhere else. Her room, a ditch, I don't care. Just don't bother me.
A door slams in your face. So Jason and Maxine are lovers. That's really all there is to this? I mean, that's really all that there is to this. That's big news. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, fine. I'm going to go into her room then. I'm going to read the book. The gorgeous redhead in the tight dress is still here, holding her gun. Well, let's read the blurb on the back cover. Lillian Miller is a decorated veteran detective of Grey City PD. When several prostitutes are found dead and horribly mutilated in the poor areas of this city, Lillian volunteers to go undercover. The hunt for the serial killer will send her into a spiral of fever romance, mystery, and self-discovery. Alright, well, I'll read the first couple of sentences. Well, I guess not. I guess I'll look at the first couple of pages. The first page bears the usual book blabber, publisher, printer, copyright owner, international standardized book number, all the boring stuff. The second page has the author's dedication. To Rosemary and her tea. Without both, this book wouldn't exist. To the print scribbled by hand. To Gideon. Good fun. Need some of that in your life right now. And an illegible signature. Wait, to Gideon? Huh. Wait. This book was dedicated to Gideon Fink? So the book's at Maxine's house and she doesn't like therapists, though. Max's book? I guess I'll put it down as a thing. That's weird. Anyway, open a random page and read the first sentence you see. Your hands stumble upon a bookmark somewhere in the middle of the book. As good a place to start as any. With a deep sigh of pleasure and relief, she slid off his sweat-drenched body. You're not sure what's happening or why, but that's how it is when you start reading in the middle of a book. Better not spoil it. Let's start from the beginning. I'll take the book with me. Okay. Now let's find a calm and comfortable place to read this gem. I'll read it, ironically. Alright, how about here? Kill some time with the book. Until the loop ends. After the obligatory special thanks, author, editor, and publisher note should be you reach the page where the story begins. Her fingers trembled as she took out a cigarette from a case and lit it up. Maybe the nicotine and burning chemicals will mask the stench coming from the alley. Maybe. In all her 9 years in Grey City's PD, she never saw or never smelled anything like this. Yep, dead less than a day, but smells like a week's worth of decomposition. Hard to tell until we find all her body parts. Even Jerry Vedder, the grizzled and newly retired medical examiner, wasn't left unfazed by the gruesome crime. Blackness started to engulf Lillian's vision as another dizzy spell was coming upon her. Not half bad as you thought. Maybe you should get comfortable. Seems like it's going to be a long ride. Alright. And we get to read 5 minutes of the book before time stops. I wonder if we get to keep the book now that we've had the first item we get to keep. But anyway. As the half-decently written words carry you through the story, your internal clock nudges you back to reality. That's enough for now. Let's see if I get to keep it. Okay, while we're doing that, where is Jason Burns? Yeah, he's definitely Jace. Yeah. I already have that down. Wonderful. Loop 58. Let's go.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes. No? Okay. Let's go.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
In here. And to the K Ranch.
Spit it out already!
And then we go through the whole traveling thing to the K Ranch again, which is fine. All to get back to Alex, all to, yeah. All to just talk to him about the signal. Okay. We got 2 different tacks. I think I'm going to go with the one that says that we worked out his name first, because that was the info we had to work out. And maybe there's another way of getting access to info about the signal which doesn't give you the name. That's why there are 2 options. So let's do it this way. Start knocking. Okay.
Pops, what's the password for today?
Just open up.
Hands up!
Okay.
Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
Time to stop with the bullshit, Alex. I know who you are. 112524_11125 at email.com. Tell me about the signal.
No, you're full of shit, pal.
He peers into your eyes and his arms shake a bit. The cannon, posing as a gun, rattles in his hands as he lowers them a little.
How the fuck did you find out?
Your own sister betrayed you.
Well, shit. She must be sick of me. Again.
Okay. Does all of this have something to do with Judy? You fucking forgot who has a gun here. With that, the massive barrel is pointing at your chest
Think
again.
I'll tell you anything?
It's unnecessary, but he waves the gun at you for emphasis.
Get the fuck out of my house.
I'll ask him about the equipment. Yeah, demand something from the guy holding you at gunpoint. I need access to your equipment. Life or death situation. Help, please, please.
You're acting like a lunatic. Stay back.
The cannon in his hand twitches as he raises his voice, but it remains pointed in your general direction. I can fix it all, please. It will take only a minute.
What are you talking about? You show up at my door and claim you need my equipment? Why?
It's got to do with Coral Destiny and their mission to Mars.
Coral Destiny?
Anger in his voice is clear and present. I'm doing some research on them and I need your equipment for it. We were told that saying that we'd need research was good by Jason Burns earlier.
So if you're researching them, why don't you buy your own equipment?
There's no time for that.
Why, you sick or something? Fucking liar.
Well, that didn't work. It just made him angry. But you're in a time loop. You can always try to convince him in a different manner. Or you can try a different approach.
Now, start fucking walking.
Okay. Yep. Cuz.
Hey, cuz, listen, now there's a 20 minute.
Uh-huh.
No. Now we...
Right. Now we wait. There's only 1 minute till the end of the loop, at least this time. Opposed to the other ones where it's like, you have to wait 6 minutes. And then you get to the end. This one is like, it's a minute. Okay.
Still with me, Mr.
Yes. No. Okay. And now we have Subdue Alexander K. The guy's a tough nut to crack, and you're not much of a nutcracker yourself, but maybe if you put your mind to it, you can find enough strength to overcome him. Nice. Okay. Fuck this guy. Next time you see him, jump on him, grab his gun, teach him a lesson. Who does he think he is? You're not gonna let him stand in your way, not when the only answer to this time loop hides behind catching that signal. Ah, so now I'll be able to grab the gun from the other room. At which point is a different scenario altogether.
Come on, you thief!
Right. So, for now, I'm going to end the episode here. Apologies, it's a little bit of a shorter one. There wasn't an episode yesterday, just the way timings have worked out this week. But tomorrow should be a longer episode, and we should get quite a lot done. I mean, we did find out a lot of info in this one. We found out a lot of useful info. We know there's some signal related to Judy, who should be dead, Coral Destiny, the mission to Mars. Like, there's some connection in here. I think my problem with the story so far, right, is that I have no idea what's happening, as in, like, I know what's happening to individuals in the town, I can tell you individual people in the town's story, I just have no idea how this connects back to the original thing. To do something I've been trying to avoid doing, because I feel like it's a disservice to this game a little bit to compare it to Disco Elysium, even though the promotional material says it. In Disco Elysium, you know what your goal is, right? It's a similar type game, but you know what your goal is. Your goal is fundamentally, and this isn't a spoiler because this is the start of the game, it's to find out who murdered the guy you were sent there to investigate the murder of, right? Your entire goal is fundamentally that. You could be going down a side path and you might not know entirely where you're going with that side path, but you know your goal is to find out who a murderer is, and that's a very simple goal, right? It's something that you can concretely be like, okay, well, you're looking for means, motive, opportunity, like all of that sort of stuff. In this game, we're looking for why we're stuck in a time loop. But we have no kind of concept for what could stick us in a time loop. We have no, like, routes forward. All we know is one guy isn't stuck in a time loop. Which means that we're kind of working towards solving a mystery, but we don't know what we're solving for, right? We don't know what's there. And nothing is so far supernatural apart from potentially the fact that apart from the fact we're in a time loop and the fact that Frank isn't, right? Apart from those two things, nothing is supernatural currently. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I would almost feel like what would be interesting to see is if there's a line of dialogue somewhere in the game, or a dialogue path if you have a different personality that leads you going like, okay, let's go through this in a logical fashion. What could cause a time loop? And where could we be going from here? Like, oh, I've seen in movies these things sometimes cause time loops. Could it be this? And then you're working through some of those issues, or like that, and that gives you a bit of structure. But right now I'm feeling structureless, right? I'm feeling like I don't know where I'm going, which means that we're basically just following the path and hoping it leads us somewhere, which is fine and it's enjoyable. It's just I feel lost. But anyway, we'll see where we get to at the end of the story. Maybe it's just for now. Maybe the whole part of the game opens up in a second once we know what the signal's all about, and all of a sudden, we have a purpose. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.